Bro, I wouldn't go out in public ever again if that.
You couldn't. You'd have to. You're changing your Facebook name. You're going into high and you're moving the states.
It is Morokai with 2 eyes. We're back on every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. Mate, there was a YouTube video that destroyed me. You know when you watch it and you just get upset?
Like, wait, actually, like crying, like upset, or do you mean like laughter crying?
I would need to see an innocent kid get bullied by multiple people in a video to bring up tears.
Okay, right.
Yeah, right. I don't usually cry, but this one's just one. It's just.
You got you in the feels?
Injustice. Just to the highest degree, mate. Okay. It drives me insane because I forgot about it because it happened years ago. And then I was watching backcracking videos.
Oh, all right.
And you probably haven't heard about this. There was a guy in Australia called Dr. Ian. And he was like this chiropractor that was just a magician. You know how some people find their calling and they're so gifted that it's godlike. You think, how is this like someone like a Roger Federer playing tennis?
Yeah, right.
Do you know
okay.
What I mean?
Yeah,
a Lionel Messi playing soccer. Like I know he's playing FIFA.
Yeah,
maybe he's good at it. Maybe he's good at
he's good
on the sticks.
Yeah, he could be.
So there's people that just find their calling and they know the
good.
ins
They're
and outs. They literal goats. This guy was the goat of being a chiropractor.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, I went through his old videos because remember I binged so many of them. There was this one gentleman who he was literally bent over so badly that he couldn't walk. Like the way he'd walk around was on an angle. He was bent like a pretzel.
Yeah, shit.
After like 5 sessions, Dr. Ian was able to not perfectly, but put his spine back into place over a certain amount of time, and he put him in certain positions where he would just get him on his side and then just use a couple of fingers to go bang, and get rid of so much tension in his back that over these sessions that he was seeing him, he was slowly getting back to a normal posture.
Holy shit.
And I watched that. Then I watched another one where he did one and the guy's elbow was like messed up. Another girl, her neck was bumped out. A kid who his jaw was out of place. This guy, he just knew how to put bones back in their right place.
Yeah, right.
If something
like some sort of like superpower,
mate. If something was out in your body that had to do with your bone,
put it back in.
He's just a magician.
Yeah,
like
right.
Using Play-Doh,
magical hands.
Oh, perfect. So this is where the controversy comes in because all the comments are just like, "This guy's a miracle.
He's
worker.
a wizard.
Like
he's Harry Potter."
I think there was people that would come from other countries to go see him.
Holy shit!
He went. This is how good of a person he is, right? He went to another country that was. Really, they weren't doing well.
So a bit underdeveloped.
Yeah,
like
and he was going and just helping
free,
people.
Like just helping them
There was
out.
a guy whose neck couldn't. It was so far turned to the left, he couldn't pull it back. So to pull his face to the front, just looking directly in front of him, was like like shaking. And then once he finally got in front, it just swing back to the left. He was able to get him to a point, and don't get me, what he's doing is he's getting the guy to like open his jaw. And then at one point he's opening his jaw and then he'll crack it. And then he'll just let it go for a bit, maybe another session. And then he'll maybe jolt his neck back a little bit. And he's constantly working and he just knows what he's doing. And it was a joy to watch, man. He's helping people less privileged. He's helping people with all types of pains.
Just helping people like live a normal life as so. Like they can actually have that experience of like being quote unquote normal
and then
in a day-to-day life.
He got attacked by, it was a classic Channel 10 show. I think it was like one of the round table shows, right? In the morning when it's like 10 a.m., everyone's at work.
Shows.
One of those crappy talk shows. So
Chrissy Swan's probably on it as well.
Probably. He lost his license. He wasn't able to do chiropractic. And I haven't followed it up and I don't know if he's back in the industry. Because what happened was a woman came in, or a mother and a father came in, and I think their 1-year-old or even younger could not stop crying. Like it was just in a lot of pain. It was so hurt and it was because its back was out of line. There was a part of its back that was really just out of place. So this baby's just in non-stop,
agony.
Pain. And the parents come in and they're like, we don't know what to do. Like, we can't get to sleep. We're so upset because our child is crying non-stop. Dr. Ian found out it was in its spine. What he did was he had the baby and he's so gentle with this baby. Like, he's so incredibly gentle. And he puts the baby in between its legs and he stretches the baby out a little bit and then just quickly does one little crack, right? One little crack in the baby's back. Cries its eyes out, and then it's like a relief. Like, the baby's, it's
the pain's
better.
gone.
It's done. Like, it's back to normal. Parents are thrilled, right? The parents have had this issue with their child that they don't know how to fix. They're upset because they're parents and they're like, we literally cannot do anything and we're watching our baby just be...
Like in constant pain.
Yeah. So anyway, that video went out and all these mothers, you can't do that to a child. You can't crack a baby's back at that age. You can't do that to a fucking like a doctor, like a chiropractor.
It's someone who's actually a professional in the field.
Literally. And not only that, you're not the parents of this child who come in and it's a success story for them. So, mate, there's a video online and obviously this guy, he's not a reporter, he's not a news anchor. So he's sitting there and these three women just attack him. I would never let that happen to my child. I'd never let that happen. How can you justify cracking a baby's back? This guy, and he's a bit nervous too because obviously...
Understandable, as you would be. You're not going on the show expecting to be attacked.
Yeah, but he's also not someone who goes on the show all the time. Like, he's got a camera in front of his face to do a news report. So he's trying to defend himself. He's like, no, if you understand, this is what I did with the back. This is going to actually happen. And so far, the baby's fine. The baby's happy now. Yeah, but I just don't think that's right. How could you justify that? Like, how could you do... Again, like a response from a doctor who's a profession in this field.
Plus, the parents came to me.
Yeah, and gave consent.
It's not like I did, they actually came to me.
Yeah.
They've tried to seek every other thing that they could have.
Yep.
And their final thing was like, mate, we're coming to you. Like, can you please help us?
Yeah, and it was just an attack. So it was three women just attacking him because of this. And he lost his license, and I from the comments I read...
Lost his license because, like, he was, like, drink driving or, like...
What?
You said, oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you meant, like, actual driver's license. That's why I've been so confused this whole... I'm like, I don't...
No, license to
license
practice.
Actually be, like, a chiropractor. Gotcha.
Sorry.
Well, I did. Well, my head didn't go to the license of being a chiropractor. That's why I was like...
He got so upset after the interview, he sunk a couple of brewskis in Trovo.
I don't know. That's where I thought you were going. I actually thought when you were saying the kid, I was like, oh, fuck, he's killed the kid.
What?
Well, I thought that's where you were going with the story because I could tell the way that you were, like, setting it up. I was like, oh, fuck. It's such a feel-good story about this guy, and then I feel like he's done some, like, one wrong thing. Like, something's gone horribly wrong, like he's just ruined his whole career.
He got drunk reversed into the kid. Like, it's just it's a shit show after that. Nah, bro. No, he lost his license in the chiropractic field, and he got a lot of hate from a lot of people.
All because of, like, the hate, though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. And that's all because of the hate, and it fucks me up because I'm like, where are the parents? The parents are the one that said, you can do this, you're okay.
Surely the parents would have, like, backed him, like, defended him.
But what's fucked is it's like two parents who should have the right and what to say getting attacked by thousands of comments. So that's more... The backlash is more important than the people who are actually in the situation. And that's the world we live in. It just fucked me up. And I have no idea if he's back or not. Like, I don't know if he's working again, but he should be. But... Again, so we were talking about on another video, the kind of hate you receive these days for a racist comment, but you're not a racist, for a homophobe comment, but you're not a homophobe. This is another situation. You look at it and you go, this dude is like literally...
That's his work. That's his field of work.
Not only that,
like
so taking the career away from someone who's so passionate about it, that alone... He's saving lives. Like, he's actually helping people. This is someone who's traveled to other countries to help other people for free. Like, his time. Like, he's literally donating his time just so he can help people. But that's who we attack.
Yeah.
That's who we attack. Someone who did the right thing, by the way.
It's always funny as well. Like, they never people don't just get off to attacking like the person, the individual themselves. They always have to go the next step and then attack like their work, their spot. Like, have you noticed that?
They go so far.
And it's just like, you're legitimately like destroying this person's life all because of something that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Like, how would you like it if roles were reversed and someone did that to you?
Man,
No, it's actually fucking ridiculous, man.
yeah. It's so bad.
It's just such a toxic mentality to have.
Don't get me wrong. If he went out drunk driving, yeah, then you can
Obviously,
attack him.
yeah.
You can really go
No,
at him.
most definitely. But when he's actually like saving lives, doing the right thing, helping people better themselves, and like you said, he's taking time out of his day life to travel and give to the less privileged, less fortunate,
just to improve
like their
people's
quality of
lives.
life.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty fucking shit.
But I want to know the people who've done all those comments. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is the work that you're doing that's better than him?
It wouldn't be.
It
It wouldn't even come close.
Nah, there's none of them, man.
But it's just a cheap attack.
Yeah, it's
And how does he really how do you end up defending yourself as well?
yeah. But then again, that's what people need to realize. Like, if someone like that isn't safe,
No
someone
one's
who's saving,
fucking safe.
then no one's
Well, it's
safe.
the same as like, so you're telling me like a doctor that's going out of their way to like try all these new fucking, I don't want to say remedies because that's not the right thing, but like new medicines or whatever to like save people's lives. You're going to attack them because like, how dare you? I was like, mate, like he just fucking cured like some disease.
Oh, bro, some people are just so out of whack.
It's just fucking stupid.
Yeah, you know one I saw that should be in trouble. This is a woman on her deathbed who was a nurse or what's it called if you work a midwife, I think.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, working with like the children, like delivering children.
Yeah, she mentioned when she was a midwife, she swapped hundreds of babies. Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious. Like on her deathbed, she admitted, she's like, I swapped so many babies.
That's fucked.
How bad. So that's someone who deserves the
That's not
hate.
even like someone's actual kid that they're taking home, cunt. That's fucked.
How bad
That's
is it?
actually fucking ridiculous.
Imagine, like, you're at
That is
they're 6,
fucked.
and you're sitting back, you're like, I've read all the books. When I'm meant to like this thing, like, why? When is the penny going to drop? Because right now it's shitting me up the wall. It's got red hair.
It's not even
There's
look
no
like,
red
it
hair
doesn't
in our
look like,
family.
definitely doesn't look like your father, and it definitely doesn't look like me.
There was did you see
That's
the
fucked.
mate? Did you see the NBA player who, it was found out that his wife slept with one of his best friends, and his child was actually a baby of the best friend. Did you not see that? That was the NBA.
Ah.
Andrew something.
Oh, Andrew Wiggins?
Yeah.
I have heard the rumour, but I don't know whether that's true or not.
Well, wouldn't it be fucking
But it is
insane?
insane because he took 6, I think it's about 6 weeks off basketball. He's
Yep.
played in 6 weeks. He only just returned just the other day.
Wow. Mate, that's...
That is huge because that is a rumor that came out because I did hear about, like, I vaguely heard about that and I was like, fuck, because everyone was like, why has he been away for so long? Like, if there's family things, like, surely you're not off for 6 weeks and all that. Because even I was a bit like, fuck, if like a parent of mine like passed away, like, would I take 6 weeks off for like my work? Because NBA is obviously his job and all that. And then, the mate that I work with who also goes to that team that he plays for, he was like, nah, dude, apparently, like, he found out that like one of these kids aren't his and like he's raised his kid for like the whole fucking like, and I was like, fuck, how do you even like,
There's no getting back from that.
how do you deal with that?
There's no getting back from that because that's... You're getting a ridiculous amount of hits to your heart. You're getting, oh my God, my wife cheated on me. Oh my God, my best friend slept with my wife. Oh my God, my kid that I've been raising since she was a little girl
Isn't actually my kid. Like,
is
not
my best friend's kid.
not my biological kid.
What? That would be too many hits to the heart.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense when like I looked at the bigger. When I heard that, I was like, fuck, it kind of makes sense. Like if you've stepped away for that long because you'd be questioning everything.
Bro, there's no amount of like TikTok videos to get you pumped and be like, nah, fuck her, it's fine. Like,
No,
off I go.
no
It's like,
way.
no, your world is crumbling around you. Do you even for his kid? Do you keep raising that kid? Do you
Well,
just
that's
go,
the
well,
thing,
it's
isn't
not
it?
mine?
Like-
Like, you can't. You've got a connection that you've
you've built the foundation, stuff like that. But then like the kid also doesn't know anything better either.
Yeah, exactly.
So like it identifies you as the father. So then how do you then in turn be like, oh, by the way, I'm really sorry, but like your actual dad is this person. Oh. Like imagine like delivering that news to someone.
Oh.
That was a bit like Jesse Wellens. When with his first girlfriend.
Yeah.
How like his first girlfriend before he joined the army, he had a girlfriend or whatever.
Yep.
Whilst he was in the army, she reached out and was like, oh, by the way, like you're like I'm having a baby, and he's like, holy shit, I can't believe like we're having a kid. No, like fuck, I'm kind of young, but like that's cool as. And then like in and out of the army, like I don't know, I think they like just disagreed and all that, and then it turns out that someone was like, oh, dude, that's really weird that like you said that was her baby because I was seeing her around the same time as like you, and she said that it was my baby. So then this whole time he's like, well, fuck, whose fucking baby is it then? And he's like trying to like find out, like he wanted to do a DNA test, but then he's also like, but now I feel bad because if technically I'm not in her life, I don't want the child to be like, well, fuck, my dad wants nothing to do with me. When that's not the case at all, like,
yeah,
sort of thing. I was like, fuck, man, like that'd be such a shit feeling.
That sounds like hell.
Like actually fucking horrible.
Because then you're going, well, now I can't make anything work with this woman at all. Like she's obviously toxic as hell. But now she's going to be in my life forever because I have a kid with her.
Yeah, like I'm like tied down without being officially tied down.
That's probably my biggest fear,
but
having
then,
to be in communication with someone that I hate.
Yeah, but what happens if the kid, like the other fucked up thing though is like, I'd be shit because I feel like the kid would have so much anger towards you being like, I can't believe you were never a part of my life, like what the fuck, sort of thing. But then it's like, but I was told that you were, I was told like your mother said that like you were never mine.
Mm.
Like she was so adamant, like nah, like it's not your kid, like yeah, like that's fucked.
Yeah,
and there would be so many people out there in the world that have experienced that exact thing, or vice versa, being like, I had no idea that you were my mum. Like my dad said that. Like,
do you want to know another crazy story I saw? So you know how obviously you can be a sperm donor.
Yes.
And some people go pretty nuts with it. Like they just go sperm donor crazy, and they just it's like that's the only place they can let off a load or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is, but some people do it like hundreds of times. There was a guy's getting sued because he did it hundreds of times, right? But the thing is, like his parents are inbred.
Huh?
Yeah. So
right.
So it got found out. And these people are like, oh my fucking God. So my kid technically was born from inbreeding.
Yeah, fuck.
There's like a strain there.
Yeah, there is. That's fucking crazy.
Bad.
I was like, in the back of my head, I don't know why my head went like, oh, that's a bit odd that like he's getting attacked. Like he's helping out a lot of families there if he's donating so much sperm. Sort of thing. How does that work? By the way, really curious, and it's probably like a
I have all the answers for you, mate. So ask away.
It's a super fucking dumb question, right?
Mm.
But if you go down that pathway, obviously, like you're the father of the child. I'm well aware of that. But do they ever like? Is the kid ever curious? Being like, yeah, but for whatever reason, like.
I want to know.
Yeah, like the mother's eggs didn't work, like the father's sperm didn't work. Like, who's my actual dad?
Yeah, I would think that would happen all the time.
I feel like that'd be such a big fear if I had a child and like it wasn't my own sperm.
Yeah.
If they were like, yeah, but who? And it's like, mate, you were lot 1,000 and what? Like I haven't got next to no fucking idea.
That's I would 10 times rather adopt than do surrogacy.
Yeah.
I'd way rather adopt. Yeah.
Well, you're also like helping give a child life.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I get what you mean. But giving them a better situation.
Yeah,
than
sorry.
they're in.
Well, that's what I should, yeah.
Because seriously,
Way
you're
of
giving a child life too.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the swimmers is a little lucky bugger.
That's true. But that's such a crazy thing to think.
Mm. It is.
And I wouldn't want to go through all that ordeal either.
Yeah.
Because depending on the age...
what happens though if you go, okay, I want to find my biological dad, and I know that this isn't normal, but I want to find out anyway. And you go through, and then you find the person, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, sure, I guess you're my son, but I've done this for like 400 other people. And then you go, oh my God, I've got 400 brothers and sisters, and you now need to find all them too.
Oh. Could you imagine that?
Do you know what's worse
That's
though?
Fucking
How do they distribute it? Because you can't. There's no way if you did it a whole heap of times in one location, and then like 10 different people come in and they all live in that town.
Yeah, shit.
Then what? What happens?
Do you have to pay child support?
No, what I mean is,
Oh,
surely not. Surely not. How rigged would that be?
I'm just saying.
But next thing you know, if you've done it so much and you've got 3 kids with that, technically that father at the same school, what happens if hookups or at parties or?
No, I don't want to.
And you'll never know.
No, you don't want to know.
How bad
That's
you would never want to know.
That's actually fucking crazy. Holy fuck, my mind is fucking exploded. Fuck.
Because imagine it's like, I feel such a connection with you. Like it just, I don't know.
Crazy.
You're my soulmate.
There's a guy that I listen to. He has a podcast, and him and his partner are doing IVF.
Yeah.
And all that, and he found out. It's a fucking hilarious story. So he's like doing it, and obviously because you got to do it into like a jar or whatever it is.
A
jar.
Mate, I have my fucking morning berries in a jar. Don't ruin that for me.
So, and he was saying that when he did it, because they were like, because he was getting asked like, do you do it there or do you do it like at home? He's like, prefer doing it at home if I'm being completely honest, mate. Like if you just do it there, I just think about like how many other males like bum cheeks have been on that toilet seat, how many other people's sticky fingers have been through the magazines, and he's like, it's a weird thing to think about, but it's a thought that comes. I just don't like it. Anyways, he had half an hour to get his sample to the doctors.
Yep.
And he got picked up by an Uber driver, and the Uber driver, and it was during COVID times, and he said he picked up. So the Uber driver was like, "Oh, mate, you're off to the doctors. Like, what's wrong with you?" And he's just like, "Oh, just a couple of checkups, mate." Sort of thing. It's like, oh, but like I don't see anything on you. Like it's just some paperwork. Like I just got it in my jacket. Sort of thing. He's like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. Just it's like, can I see the paperwork? He's like, nah, mate, probably don't want to see it. Sort of thing. And I was like, what a fucking, as if an Uber driver, like, it's one of those situations where it's like you really got to like read the room. Like at what stage you're like, hey, I probably don't need to ask. Like, let alone. And then even he was saying as well, he's like, yeah, when I got there, because he's like, obviously, like I'm a bit new to it all. I was sort of just like, okay, like I've got the stuff. Like, what do you want me to put in? Like, yeah, just put it right there. Like it's fine. He's like, I felt like such an idiot. He's like, I was so like confused. I was so like ashamed. I felt scared.
Yeah,
and all that. He's like, and then it was just like, no, like they would be so used to people coming in doing that all the time though. Like it'd be like normal for them.
That's so fucking funny though. You'd feel so uncomfortable bringing it in.
Yeah, I feel like that's just your natural human response.
Do you know what would be way worse? If you gave it to the doctor or whoever's there. I don't know how it works, but say there's a person that's like, all right, here's my sample. Like, okay, thank you. And obviously they'd be so used to it. It's like any job, you'd be so used to at a supermarket just like checking items.
Yeah, most definitely.
But if a cat got put on the register, you'd be like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, where'd that come from?
So you're in normal mode. Imagine if like you handed the sample to someone and someone's like, thanks, sir. So this is going, whoa, what the fuck? Like, and they have a reaction.
Oh, that made me feel so uncomfortable.
Why? What? So why is it that colour? I mean, like, what do you mean?
I remember I would have been like, fuck, maybe 19. I've never had to do a urine sample before. Like,
I've never had to do that either.
Yeah, so there was one time where I had to. I'm like, I get given like a cup and like this biohazard bag, and I'm like, the fuck? Like, one, I don't need to pee.
Yeah.
How do I make myself pee? And I just feel fucking awkward carrying a bag in my like a little cup. Granted, it's in a bite, but I feel fucking awkward then bringing that back to the fucking person behind. I know it's normal for them, but it's not normal for me.
No, it's not normal to carry around.
So you just like, obviously, I'm like, oh yeah, and they're just like, yeah, thanks, no stress at all. Like, just make sure the name on it's correct and all. And I'm like, this is such an awkward, like, granted, it's normal, but it just feels weird.
Surely it's like that scene on Ted, right, where he's in the room with like all the samples, and then he gets pushed into the like cabinet. It falls on him, and all the samples just pour on him. There's surely times where
that's happened.
They've dropped a sample on him, or
shit, yeah,
they're like
mass panic.
My God,
fuck, they're gonna kill me.
Yeah, it's happening.
That's such a fucking big risk too.
Do you know what? Do you know what I hate?
Like they contaminate the samples.
Yeah. Do you know what I hate? The ones where you like. An embarrassing one's like your fly's open, you have no idea, right? And you've walked around the whole day with a fly open. Or another one's maybe there's some green stuff in your teeth. Bro, there's many times where there could be something disgusting on you and you have no idea. Like, no idea.
I used to hate the one, and I don't know if
it's fucking embarrassing.
I don't know if it ever made you, but like it was whenever someone was swinging, like they had some snot.
Yeah.
And you're just like, how do I... Like, because it's fucking disgusting.
It is gross.
But, like, how do I say it in a nice way as well? Because I actually want to jump out the pool now. Like, I feel kind of sick.
Well, there's one that I saw of a TikTok video of a guy at TAFE, and he zoomed in on this guy in front of him with a black shirt. And it was so obvious that this guy had used that shirt as a rag for...
Oh, no.
His own sample.
Oh, boy.
And he's probably forgotten. It's been left in the corner, and he's just whacked on the shirt to go to TAFE.
He's been like late that day.
And the back of his shirt is like, it's like if a whole heap of snails crawled around it. It looks so bad. But I wouldn't go out in public ever again if that.
You couldn't. You'd have to. You're changing your Facebook name. You're going into hot and you're moving the States.
I've thought about it before. There's some things that if it was embarrassing enough, I would move and start over.
Fuck, really?
Bro, are you kidding? If it's embarrassing enough, I would, without a doubt, restart.
Yeah, shit.
Wouldn't you?
I'd definitely go into... I don't know if I'd move, but I would go into hiding. Moving states, that's a big fucking commitment.
Well, it'd have to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
It'd have to be real
That is
bad.
very true.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like, what would be bad? I reckon, like... It'd have to be real bad. I'm trying to think what would be...
But
it has to be in a
funny,
public
though? That's
place.
the thing, though, because, like, what you as an individual find embarrassing, someone else might... Like, I know that we're saying, like, it has to be bad, but someone might be like, oh... No, that's not that bad. Like, I thought, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sure, there's also like a universal thing where like everyone could agree, like, no, that's fucking like, that is embarrassing.
Surely there's something.
Well, surely that guy, you've seen that YouTube video. Surely everyone's seen that YouTube video of that guy who's like, morning, baby girl. Like that video. Because fuck me, man. If my fucking partner sent me that, I'd be like... Nah, like the fuck is... I love you. You're daddy's little girl. Like it's like, nah, that's so fucked.
That would be cringe. Oh, that would be so... Maybe, okay.
Like,
I would move states. You know when we went clubbing a lot?
Yeah.
If I was on the dance floor and I was just off my head and I shat myself. And like... And I had no idea, like, I'm just off my head, like, just dancing, just having a blast. And then, like, cameras are coming out, people are filming, like, and I'm just hitting the wrist. But
hitting the gritty.
There's no coming back from that.
There isn't.
Because when I started a new workplace, bro, are you that dude that shat himself on the dance floor? There's no way it's you. Like, I'm talking
shit.
Mate, there's no cameras are 4K now. Like they're 8K, and we're not even up to 8K yet. Like TVs don't play 8K. But
yeah, there's still going to be smell-o-vision as well. You're actually like, fuck, that is shits McGee.
But yeah, there's some things that like, for example, what we were talking about the other day, like we knew someone who like tried to film someone having sex, right? If that got out.
Career ruined.
If that was me and that got out to a lot of people,
public.
right?
How do you walk?
I would consider moving. I'm not kidding, because if I was starting a new workplace and then that went through that workplace, I literally couldn't get respect from any of the females there.
Pretty crazy knowing that, like, what he did in the actual job that he's doing now, though. If you really think about it.
No shit.
Like, that's pretty fucked.
But that's what I mean. If it got out.
Yeah.
If people knew, and then it's very easy to find out that information. Bro, there's some information where you might be great with everyone. For example, perfect, right? Pedophilia. There's no going past it, right? You can't give someone an out. No,
Correct.
For example, if you did manslaughter, right? Let's say you were on your phone and you accidentally hit someone and you kill them. Like, there's going to be people out there that somehow can try to find out, like, give you an out, be like, oh, maybe like it was just the wrong moment, like that person. It's wrong either way.
That person's not like that. Like, they have no malicious intent.
Literally, you can be the kindest person on earth, and people can be like, he made a horrible mistake, and it's so clear he wishes he could rectify it. No one at all, no matter how nice, you might be fucking throwing up love hearts. No matter how nice you are, no one can get past pedophilia. It's plain and simple. Plain and simple. No one will be like, I just found out the worst thing about Kevin. Oh, but he's so sweet, the way he donates to charity. On the weekends, he does volunteer. No, shut up. I just found out about Kevin. Yeah, I know, but like, do you know, like, in his spare time, he tries to help out and donate with, he on his on every July he goes to Africa to help out countries that are people that are struggling in those countries. Have you heard what Kevin did?
Yeah.
Jessica, shut up. Have you heard what Kevin did to this child? There is no getting back to it. And I know I butchered up going to Africa. I know I mixed up my words, but you got the point.
Yeah, no,
right?
most definitely.
So, bro, there's no going back. So if that happened to someone, and you would have to move states.
Well,
plain and simple. I would countries, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no excuse. That's so bad.
Did you just help
what?
a future pedo like plan his escape route? In the sense of being like, you have to move, you have to leave,
Mate, I think that's what they've all thought.
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
Oh, well, you
especially America, because in America,
shit, yeah.
I fucking love what they do. In America, you can you can find out in your street if there is someone who has committed a crime like that.
Can you? Like, I'm not
shitting you. If you commit a crime like that, you have to notify the neighbours when you move into that street.
Yeah,
and not only that, you can go online and find out if there is someone in your area who has done that. I fucking love it.
Because I did not. I swear I had no idea.
Because imagine if you
That's crazy.
Like when we grew up, we could go to the park all the fucking time if we were like 7, 8, like especially alone. Like our parents didn't mind. We were in a safe area. Mate, you find out your next door neighbour is that type of person, you're not going to the park anymore.
Oh, shit, no.
But if you don't have the knowledge, you just let them go out by themselves.
Just doing their own thing. No, you're so...
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's horrible. Mate, I don't... Yeah. Oh... Do you know what? With that one, with how bad that is, you can't... They're shitting yourself on the dance floor, right? You can change states and people aren't going to find out. If your name's out there on a criminal in the record, it's going to be there no matter where you move. You type your name
into Google, mate, and it's there.
It's no matter where you move, it's going to be there. So you may as well stay where you're comfortable.
Most definitely.
But, that one's the worst one. I hate that one above anything else. Like above anything else. It's just bad people. But anyway, guys, that was Morokai with 2 eyes. We'll see you in the next one.
Boom.
Boom.